What's up, guys? Today we are going to be talking about water clarity. I know, I'm sorry, I'm not going to upload Bros Custom Baits video just yet. I know I promised it to you guys. It's coming. Just wait. It's going to be a dope edit, I promise. It's going to be a long video. It's going to be really cool. So I know I said I was going to put out a video on me testing out the custom lures over there by Bass Ranger Outdoors. By the way, go follow that man. Go give him a shout out for his creativity and his lures. They're very nice. But we're gonna actually focus on a couple of comments and suggestions on videos that I got from viewers and a page that I created on Facebook. Everyone wants to see water clarity. People were asking me, I want to see what a chartreuse chatterbait looks in muddy water and clear water. I want to see what line looks like. I want to know this. I want to see what things look like. That is a good question because a lot of times you're fishing different clarities of water: muddy water, stained water, blue water, green water, algae water. You need to know some basic stuff about water clarity. And so what I have done today is actually I went to the store and picked up some minnows to feed these guys behind me, which they've already eaten, so I'm sorry you guys didn't get to see that. But I saved a few. We're going to drop minnows in each of these cups that I have labeled specifically for each different water trait and their color. And we're going to drop in some line, some braid, and some monofilament, and some drop shots. We're gonna do a black and blue jig. We're gonna do some green pumpkin, some purple. We're gonna do some chartreuse and yellow braid. So stick around. Let the experiment begin. So I'm only showing you this so you can get a visual what these products come in. So we got the Stern Catfish Mono, 10 pound. Sunline FX2 Frogging and Flipping, 30 pound. Power Pro, 30 pound as well, but it's yellow. On the monofilament, we got a drop shot tied up. On the FX2 Frogging and Flipping line, we got a black and blue football jig. On the yellow Power Pro line, 30 pound, we got the chatterbait. And then we're just going to play around and experiment with a watermelon drop shot worm and a purple haze drop shot worm. So I did my best to recreate muddy water in this one and reclaimed water, which is like a bluish tint with the purple added. And then in this one, I did just a little stain with a slight yellow tint, more clear. We start off with the drop shot worm on the 10 pound mono. It's a watermelon red and black flake. You can distinguishably tell there's line in there. The light is penetrating it very well, except for in those shaded areas. Stands out like a sore thumb. Then we got the reclaimed water. Again, the line is really there, you can tell, but you're losing that color in the drop shot worm, and you can see the red flake out of anything, but you can really, and the black flake out of anything. In the muddy water, when I dipped it in there, it was gone. You can't really see the line, so you can get away with using the mono in the dirty water. I try to bring it around and move it as much as I can, but you can't really see anything actually in this water. So I do it again with the purple, and the purple worked a little bit better. You can see a silhouette a little bit better, but again, it kind of disappears as it gets towards the middle of the cup and work its way to the back. But the line is gone. You cannot see the line. All you see is a silhouette. Can't really tell it's purple, but the purple will work better. Now when we throw it in the reclaimed water, you can slightly tell that it's purple. It blends in with the water very well. The line is starting to show a little bit more, as well as the weight. In the slightly stained water, I mean, this thing stands out like a sore thumb. Almost transparent on the edges of the worm. But again, you can see the line. You can see the sunlight is reflecting off of the line very well. In these clear waters, I would probably downsize my line. So we're going to go with the black and blue jig on the slightly stained water. It's very vibrant color. You can see the line moving very well. in the light. You can tell it's blue. Of course, when there's a black background, it kind of disappears. So maybe using that in the shade would be okay. But again, it just stands out pretty well. In the reclaimed water, this was a slight difference. You totally lose the black and blue color, and it is now just like a vintage style silhouette. If you can add a filter to it, that line stands out very, very much, like a sore thumb. I mean, I'm moving it around and you can just follow where the line's going, but again, that color just disappears. In the muddy water, um, black and blue jig again, boom, loses color, but you strongly see a silhouette of the jig, and you can only see the line when I bring it close to the edge of the cup, the rim of it, and when I placed it directly in the middle of the cup, you actually lose sight of the line. So using that thick braid in some muddy water, I don't think the fish is going to realize there's a line attached to it. It's going to be more focused on the moving jig, and it's very, very murky. Alright, got the muddy water and the chartreuse jig with the yellow braid. Drop it in there. Now you can see yellow when it's pressed up against the cup, but as I move it away into that murkier middle part of the water, you kind of lose sight of the yellow. It's kind of there, and you don't actually see any of the yellow braid whatsoever, which surprised me. I was very, very, very strongly opinionated on that braid being visible in the muddy water, but it's gone. So is most of the yellow, unless it's up against the glass. It really needs that sunlight for the yellow to work, but it's slightly there. Moving around, you can see the shine of the blade just a little bit, but it's practically colorless. In the reclaimed water, it's a little bit different. Drop it in there, take a dip. The yellow starts to stand out a little bit, and that line really, really, really sticks out. Can't really tell what color the line is, but you can see the line pretty well. Even in that shaded area, the shaded background, you can see it even more. The chartreuse kind of comes out a little bit, not too much though. The lightly stained water, everything actually corresponds with each other. The yellow comes out, the blue the blue back pops out a little bit more. That yellow line, you can really see it there, but it matches the trailer really well. It almost looks like a skirt. And in that yellow tint water, I think you can get away with using yellow line in that lightly stained kind of water. Again, we got the lightly stained, and I dropped the minnow in. It looks, pretty much calm, and it looks like a minnow. You can really tell that it's a white minnow, lighter style minnow, and when it comes into frame a couple times, it's a little orange. You can kind of see its transparency in the water, and the reclaimed water is the fish acted a little different. It starts to get a little scared. It's kind of dark. You can't really tell what color it is, but you can definitely see the belly, the stomach. It's black, and you can't really tell what color it is, but it's there. And then I drop it in the muddy water, and this minnow just disappears. I couldn't find it until I see the silhouette right there, and it jumping out of the water. But when it gets to the middle and the back of the cup, it disappears, and you can kind of see the shadows and the silhouette a little bit. So I decided to drop in a buddy, and I added another fish just to because this one was freaking out a little bit. So I wanted to see. I think it was scared because it couldn't see at all. But once I dropped in the other one, it seemed like they paired up and they started swimming around together, and you can only see them when the light reflects off of their scales, and Again, they're mostly a silhouette. Alright, so that is it. If y'all like this, let me know. This pool's looking really good. It's like 104 degrees outside, which is why I'm not fishing. But if you'd like to see some more tips and tricks or anything like that, make sure you add it in the comments. I will get to them. As always, Brandon G. Subscribe, like, comment, share. I'll get back to you with the next video. Peace.